Hey guys, it's a beautiful day in the garden and I just wanted to do a video really quickly about how I side shoot my tomatoes. They're almost the right size now to be tying up, but I'm just gonna, while I'm out here, give them a little side shoot, and I thought I'd just shoot a little video for it so you guys can see. I should note that I am side shooting indeterminate tomatoes as opposed to determinate tomatoes. You might want to check and see so you know which ones they are. Mine are vining tomatoes that I'm going to trellis up, as opposed to bushing tomatoes, which are determinate tomatoes. Not really any fruit on this one yet. We have a little bit of flowers coming in right there, but for the most part, nothing. So what I would do is, I'm going to show you here. Every time you see a leaf come out and then you see a shoot come from in between the leaf, that's a side shoot. And so that's what we're pulling off. Because these bottom leaves are kind of spent and they're not really doing much photosynthesis, I'm just gonna snap them off. So I usually just kind of pull them upward like this and take the side shoot. You can see this one has a side shoot as well. See, and that's just gonna grow into another plant that's gonna bush out. And we don't want it bushed out because we want all the energy to go to the new fruit that's growing. So I'm gonna pull that, and then again, this leaf is at the bottom is kind of spent. So I'm just gonna, and I just put those into the compost later. Okay, so then I go up from the bottom stem and I go to the next leaf that's coming out, and in between is a side shoot. And this one actually is a little bit of a shocker because there's some really big side shoots. And sometimes you don't wanna pull them because you're like, oh, well, they're gonna produce lots of fruit, or sometimes they already have flowers on them and so you have trouble. But in the long run, that's why you pick them when they're small, so you don't feel those feelings. And also in the long run, you're gonna get a lot more fruit. So I'm gonna pull this side shoot off and I'm gonna go up. See, I'm still going up the main stem. I see a side shoot. When you start getting close to the top, be careful, because the very top piece, which is actually right here, and that's where the plant is going to continue to keep growing tall. This big one right here is actually a side shoot, and when they get really big, you have to come out with clippers. That's not really a clean cut. I'll probably come out with clippers and clip that if I can't get it off. You can actually put this in water and it will root, and you'll have a new plant that's whatever variety you have here, which this is actually a chef's orange. Then you go up and you see there's fruit right here. The wind has knocked off a couple. There's only one here, but if you go up the stem, you're gonna look. This one actually in here doesn't have a side shoot. Sorry about the bad, shoddy camera work. No side shoot there yet, but there is a little tiny one right here, you see? So I'm just going to try and pinch it out if I can just kind of squish it out. Then you're getting to the very top. This is the top one that's growing. That's as high as it goes. There's fruit here. So the one right below it is a side shoot. So we're gonna also pull that out. And now, in a week, your plant is gonna keep growing tall and keep growing strong, and your fruit is gonna get healthier and bigger and plumper because you don't have all this energy going to these side shoots growing basically brand new plants just off the side of this one, draining the energy. Okay, we got one right here that's a little bit bushier, and one right here, that looks like it needs tied up. It's like, please tie me up. Okay, so we'll look at this one. This one's also leaning. This one's ready to go up too, but it has a fruit on there. Starts getting kind of weird. So I'm a little late on side shooting, but there's been a lot to do around here. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this one. I'm gonna start from the very bottom. Same thing. See, I see a side shoot down here. This is a hard side shoot, but for the sake of getting some good fruit, it must go. This is one I would probably clip, but it was young enough that it did snap, so that's good. And it won't ruin the plant. Again, you could plant that, whatever variety it is. This one's a big beef. You could plant that and it'll grow some roots and you can pot it. Okay, so here's a little tiny one. Do you see that? Just so tiny. I'm still gonna pull it with my nail. Then you go up from the bottom. Now look, looks like we have a side shoot. Let's make sure because it's closer to the top. There's fruit above it. It's a side shoot. Snap it out. Then when you get to the very top, looks like we have just the top. And we're gonna leave that so it'll keep growing. Thanks for watching this short video. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos. And if you have any suggestions also, you can leave them in the comment section. See you next time.